NEC 318.15 cone addresses spaces and fill, stating that the number of conductors and wires in a raceway, cable, or enclosure must not exceed what can be accommodated without surpassing the allowable fill. This is a crucial aspect of electrical installations, directly impacting safety and performance. Understanding and adhering to fill requirements is paramount to prevent overheating, insulation damage, and potential fire hazards. NEC Table 1 provides guidance on the maximum number of conductors permitted in a raceway. When dealing with a 6/6 Wireway, the maximum number of 4/0 THHN conductors is 24. Therefore, installing 26 or 22 4/0 THHN conductors in a 6/6 metal wireway would violate the NEC. The allowable fill percentage is a critical factor. The cross-sectional area of conductors within a wireway must not exceed a certain percentage of the wireway's internal area. This ensures adequate space for heat dissipation and prevents overcrowding, which can lead to reduced ampacity and insulation breakdown. Different types of conductors have varying dimensions, influencing the maximum number that can be installed in a given wireway. THHN conductors, commonly used in electrical systems, have specific diameters that must be considered when calculating fill capacity. The NEC provides tables and formulas to assist in determining the appropriate wireway size for a particular number of conductors. These resources take into account conductor size, insulation type, and the wireway's dimensions. In addition to fill capacity, it's also essential to consider dirting factors. When multiple current-carrying conductors are installed in a wireway, their ampacity must be reduced to account for the increased heat generated. Dirting factors are specified in the NEC and vary depending on the number of conductors and their insulation type. Calculating wireway fill involves several steps. Firstly, determine the cross-sectional area of each conductor. This information is typically found in conductor specification tables. Secondly, calculate the total cross-sectional area of all conductors to be installed in the wireway. Thirdly, determine the internal cross-sectional area of the wireway. This information is usually provided by the manufacturer. Fourthly, compare the total conductor cross-sectional area to the wireway's internal area. The conductor area must not exceed the allowable fill percentage specified in the NEC. When calculating fill capacity, it's crucial to use the correct dimensions for conductors and wireways. Refer to manufacturer specifications and NEC tables to ensure accuracy. Using incorrect dimensions can lead to violations and potentially unsafe installations. Wireways are typically available in various sizes, allowing for flexibility in design and installation. Selecting the appropriate wireway size is crucial for accommodating the required number of conductors while adhering to NEC fill requirements. In situations where the calculated fill exceeds the allowable limits, consider using a larger wireway or reducing the number of conductors. It's always better to err on the side of caution when it comes to electrical safety. Proper planning and careful calculations are essential for ensuring code compliance and safe electrical installations. Understanding the NEC requirements for wireway fill is a fundamental skill for electrical professionals. Staying up to date on the latest code changes and best practices is crucial for maintaining safety and compliance. Consulting with a qualified electrical engineer or inspector is recommended when dealing with complex installations or when unsure about code requirements. They can provide valuable guidance and ensure that the installation meets all applicable standards. Regular inspections and maintenance are essential for ensuring the continued safety and reliability of electrical systems. Wireways should be inspected periodically for signs of damage, corrosion, or overcrowding. Addressing any issues promptly can prevent potential problems and maintain the integrity of the installation. NEC 318 covers the requirements for metal wireways and auxiliary gutters. These wiring methods are commonly used to enclose and protect electrical conductors and cables. Understanding the scope and requirements of NEC 318 is crucial for ensuring safe and compliant installations. Wireways must be properly supported and secured to prevent sagging or movement. The NEC specifies requirements for support spacing and methods to ensure the mechanical integrity of the installation. Wireways must be installed in accessible locations to allow for inspection, maintenance, and future modifications. Avoid installing wireways in areas where they may be subject to physical damage or environmental hazards. When installing conductors in a wireway, ensure that they are properly identified and labeled. This helps to facilitate troubleshooting and maintenance in the future. Use appropriate connectors and fittings to ensure secure and reliable connections between conductors and wireway components. Avoid using damaged or defective materials, as they can compromise the safety and performance of the installation. Follow manufacturer's instructions for installing wireways and related components. This helps to ensure proper assembly and operation. When working with electrical systems, always prioritize safety. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment and follow lockout/tagout procedures to prevent accidental energization. Never work on live electrical circuits unless absolutely necessary and only when qualified to do so. Electrical work should always be performed by qualified and licensed professionals. Improperly installed or maintained electrical systems can pose serious hazards, including electric shock, fire, and equipment damage. Staying informed about the latest electrical codes and standards is crucial for ensuring safety and compliance. The NEC is updated regularly to reflect advancements in technology and best practices. Participating in continuing education and training programs can help electrical professionals stay up to date on the latest developments. When in doubt, always consult with a qualified electrical engineer or inspector. They can provide expert guidance and ensure that your electrical installations are safe and compliant. Proper wireway fill is essential for maintaining the integrity and performance of electrical systems. Overcrowding wireways can lead to overheating, insulation damage, and reduced ampacity, which can compromise safety and reliability. Therefore, always adhere to NEC requirements for wireway fill and derriting. Using the correct size and type of conductors is crucial for ensuring proper wireway fill. Different conductors have varying dimensions and insulation properties, which can affect their ability to dissipate heat. Always refer to manufacturer specifications and NEC tables to select the appropriate conductors for your application. Proper wireway installation is essential for ensuring safety and compliance. Wireways must be properly supported, secured, and grounded to prevent hazards. Always follow manufacturer's instructions and NEC requirements for wireway installation. Regular inspections and maintenance are crucial for maintaining the integrity and performance of wireway systems. Wireways should be inspected periodically for signs of damage, corrosion, or overcrowding. Any issues should be addressed promptly to prevent potential problems. Electrical safety is paramount when working with wireway systems. Always wear appropriate personal protective equipment and follow lockout/tagout procedures to prevent accidental energization. Never work on live electrical circuits unless absolutely necessary and only when qualified to do so. The NEC provides comprehensive guidelines for wireway fill, derriting, and installation. Understanding and adhering to these guidelines is essential for ensuring safe and compliant electrical systems. Consulting with a qualified electrical engineer or inspector is recommended when dealing with complex wireway installations or when unsure about code requirements. They can provide valuable guidance and ensure that the installation meets all applicable standards. Proper wireway fill calculations involve several factors, including conductor size, insulation type, and wireway dimensions. Using the correct formulas and tables is crucial for obtaining accurate results. Always double-check your calculations to ensure that they are correct. Overestimating or underestimating wireway fill can lead to violations and potentially unsafe installations. When calculating wireway fill, it's important to consider the effects of derriting. When multiple current-carrying conductors are installed in a wireway, their ampacity must be reduced to account for the increased heat generated. Derriting factors are specified in the NEC and vary depending on the number of conductors and their insulation type. Using the appropriate derriting factors is essential for ensuring that the conductors are not overloaded. Overloaded conductors can overheat and cause insulation damage, which can lead to fires or other hazards. Wireway fill calculations should be documented and kept on file for future reference. This documentation can be helpful for troubleshooting problems or for making future modifications to the electrical system. Wireway systems should be designed and installed to minimize the risk of electrical hazards. This includes using appropriate grounding and bonding techniques, as well as providing adequate overcurrent protection. Electrical safety is everyone's responsibility. By following safe work practices and adhering to NEC requirements, you can help to prevent electrical accidents and injuries. Wireway systems are an essential part of modern electrical infrastructure. By understanding the principles of wireway fill, dirting, and installation, you can help to ensure the safe and reliable operation of these systems. Continuous learning and professional development are crucial for staying up to date on the latest electrical codes and standards. Attending industry conferences and taking continuing education courses can help you to expand your knowledge and skills. Collaboration and communication are essential for successful wireway installations. Working closely with other members of the construction team can help to ensure that the installation is properly coordinated and that all applicable requirements are met. Proactive planning and problem solving are essential for preventing delays and cost overruns on wireway projects. By anticipating potential problems and developing solutions in advance, you can help to keep the project on track. A thorough understanding of the NEC is essential for all electrical professionals. The NEC provides comprehensive guidelines for electrical installations, including wireway systems. By studying the NEC and staying up to date on the latest changes, you can ensure that your electrical work is safe, compliant, and reliable. In summary, adhering to NEC 318.15 code regarding spaces and fill is paramount. Ensure that the number of conductors in a wireway, cable, or enclosure does not exceed the allowable limits. For a 6/6 wireway, the maximum number of 4/0 THHN conductors is 24. Installing more than this number violates the NEC, potentially leading to overheating, insulation damage, and fire hazards.